Good morning, welcome to another Disneyland Paris trip. It's Friday 28th of March. I'm rushing, so this is going to be really quick. This is sort of a long weekend trip with Stacey and Lindsay. I'm about to leave to drive down to London. Stacey lives about an hour from there, so I'm driving down, picking Lindsay up on the way, and then we are heading to Heathrow tonight to fly to Paris tomorrow. So yeah, come along for the journey. Hello. So this is like 2 months nearly later than when we went to Disneyland Paris. It's now the end of May pretty much, and I'm only just getting around to actually editing the footage that I had from Disneyland Paris, and I realised that the day we travelled down I filmed nothing at all really. I started the vlog before I left home, and then I spent most of the day driving and just didn't film anything. So you will have seen me leave home sort of like just before I left to drive. I drove down to Rugby to collect Lindsay from like Cheshire, so it took me a couple of hours to get down there. I picked Lindsay up and then we drove down, carried on down to Winchester to pick Stacey up. Really smooth drive. We hit like no traffic at all, which for a Friday like right before the weekend, I was really pleased. I think it took us about, I think I left home, I want to say around 8:30ish, and we got to Stacey's about 2ish, 2:30 maybe. So we were travelling sort of for like 5 or 6 hours. I had never driven to Heathrow before. I've driven down to Winchester, which was really easy. It's quite a number of motorways, but virtually just straight the whole way down from Cheshire. But to Heathrow, again, really straightforward. I was very nervous, but I am a fairly confident driver, and it doesn't really bother me getting in the car and driving somewhere new. I'd booked the park and ride, I think it's a long stay. Friday we stayed at the Leonardo Hotel, which is on Bath Road. We paid £95 for the night for 3 of us, which was really reasonable. The hotel was beautiful, really nice, really clean. We had 1 room for the 3 of us, which some of the hotels you just can't get for 3 adults, so we were really pleased with that. We also had actually a view of planes taking off the way our room, I did actually film a little bit of that, so I'll put that in after this, but we could see the planes going. We parked fine at the hotel. The parking is underground, so it felt quite secure really for the car. It is only small, but we got space no problem. I can't remember the exact price. I want to say it was £15 for the night. We booked the park and ride, so it was really easy to get there from the Leonardo. You just turn out left, go down to the bottom, round the roundabout, and then back along. I think it's Northern Perimeter Road or something like that. It's one of those. I've just been to London and we parked at a different one, and that was Southern Perimeter Road. So I don't know if it loops all the way around, and but anyway, it was really close to Bath Road. It took us literally 5 minutes to drive to the park and ride. We got a space really easily. The bus was there within a few minutes, and it was 5 minutes to the terminal. So again, really easy. We couldn't fault it at all. And we flew with BA this time. I've never flown with them, and we went for them because they're sort of one of the main ones from Heathrow to Paris. I think we paid around £130 return each, but for that you get 23 kilograms of luggage, you get your hand luggage, and we booked a private transfer. Now I can't remember the exact name of it. It was something like Paris Disney Transfer, but there's 2 with very similar names, so that I will put the link below because they were great. They were right outside arrivals when we got there, waiting for us. A few minutes walk to the car and we were there really quickly. We had planned to get the train, but the timings just weren't great. They're only sort of like every hour or every 2 hours sometimes. and it just wasn't going to fit with us sort of arriving and then not having to wait for at least an hour. And actually, I think because there was 3 of us, it worked out cheaper to do a private transfer. So although they feel expensive sometimes, I think it's actually worth pricing them up. So yeah, that was us travelling down. We checked into the Santa Fe. We found it a bit of a struggle to find our room at first, because obviously she gave us like the building location and the room, but there is a lot of buildings at Santa Fe. So if you're not sure, just double check with them where your room actually is, because we walked a long way and then realised we were in the wrong place. So yeah, room was absolutely fine, standard Disney basic room. It does the job for the amount of time you're in it. So yeah, I really don't know how much footage I've got, so this could just be sort of not very like tip heavy, or you know, we recommend this, we recommend that. This was like a girls trip. I mean, every time I've been to Disney it's like a girls trip or a family trip. It's never, I go because I love going, and I don't set out to do these to sort of share tips. I don't want that to sound awful, but I do this so we've got the memories and we can watch it back. We all love doing that. One tip I actually have got, and I will just find it. The company we used for our transfer, if you book a standard car and use the code DLP first, all in capital letters, you will get a complimentary upgrade from the car to the van. So it's an economy car or a business van. The van was great. It had like sparkly roof, and you may well see a clip of that. But use that code. I'll link it below and put the code, and you can use that to get a free upgrade to a bigger car. bottom, but I'm pretty sure.
Des dauphins magnifiques. Ils sont réputés comme certains des mammifères les plus intelligents de la planète.
Dolphins are highly intelligent and extremely social creatures.
No, just don't go into the car in front. She's coming. I'm looking at the camera and ready to go on doing. Yeah, she's behind us. Oh, this is fun.
messieurs revenants ont interrompu notre visite. Veuillez rester bien assis.
Veux-tu m'épouser?
Avant que commence, tas de fambans, faites-moi une offre pour ces breloques et ces colifichets. Un véritable...
Tu connais cette chanson, perroquet? Chante avec nous si le cœur t'en dit. All the world isn't dancing on me, honey Joe. Yo, ho, yo, ho, ho,
Tales of magic.
La magie ne se voit pas toujours avec les yeux. Parfois, la magie est cette chose que l'on ressent à l'intérieur de soi.
Sometimes magic is something you feel inside.
No
find love in your heart, the world becomes a magical place.
Finishing last night's vlog because we did not finish it at all. I think I actually started this when I was leaving home on Friday. We spent yesterday in the park. We did quite a lot. It was very busy, but we do have the priority card. We ate at the Rainforest Cafe, which was really, really nice for dinner, and we finished the night with the new fireworks show, and we paid for the reserved area, and it was worth every single penny. It cost us, I think, £20 each, and we were right at the front. Would highly recommend doing that. So yeah, that was yesterday. What was your favourite thing yesterday?
Autopia.
So Stacey has never done Autopia before. Not sure why. That's criminal.
I always just thought it was for little kids and never bothered. And then when I brought my little kids, my husband took them on.
Yeah. So we were behind someone incredibly slow. But yeah, you will have seen those clips. I will put them in. We kept crashing into them. But yeah, that was the day. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. You can't take me high.